Hey guys, so all day I was excited to show you this coin, and I'm probably going to do a longer, better video because I was excited to come home. I was so excited to do this video, and about 4:30, I heard that Charlie Kirk got shot, and then probably 15 minutes later, I heard that he passed. And I saw the video. If you're a faint of heart, don't even look it up. But he got shot in the neck, and then you saw him freeze, and you saw a few seconds later what looked like a water balloon just busting, but full of blood, come out of the other side of his neck. So when I saw the video, I knew it was an assassination, and kind of rocked me to my core. But this coin that I have actually, in a weird way, has sort of a connection to the time period right now. You hear me talking about socialism all the time, telling you guys don't get involved. And I'm not saying what happened today had anything to do with socialism, but to me, socialism is a gateway drug to radicalism. Because once you get that idea pumped into your head, as most of us today in school just get it thrown upon us. We didn't ask. Our children are not being asked to learn, like, what is socialism, what is radicalism, what is the transgender and all that. That's where we are now. You can point back to when Obama lifted the act. I'll put it on the screen, but the act that from World War II that ended propaganda. So propaganda since 2014 or whatever has been legal. So the media is the biggest to blame. You saw it with Trayvon Martin, how they lied. They just 100% lie, 100% lie. And that happened. And then with Michael Brown and other stuff, they lied. And with George Floyd, they lied, and they just lie, and they push it and they push it and they push it. And this is where the point we're at now. Well, the same thing happened in the Civil War. The Civil War started probably in the 1850s. If you look up the Kansas Missouri dispute, when Kansas was becoming a state, they had some people from up north that were moving to Missouri, and then you had moving to Kansas, and then you had the people in Missouri who were trying to expand. And long story short, the people that are moving from Missouri wanted slavery, and the people that were settling in Kansas were against slavery. And that's honestly where the Civil War started. So the Civil War started probably 10 years before the actual start date. And it didn't end. It didn't end in 1865. You know how the Civil War ended? The Civil War ended in a meeting at Appomattox, or whatever the city's name is. I don't care about being 100% accurate on my wording right now. But here's how it ended. It ended in a handshake and like, okay, you guys, make sure you're not going to shoot anybody anymore. Okay. Is anybody going to go to jail? No, nobody's going to jail. Do we get to keep our guns? Yes, you can keep your guns and you can go home. And that's how the Civil War ended. Keep your guns, nobody goes to jail, and behave yourself. And, the Republicans up north, they rebuilt the country. You know what? The Southern Democrats, they went back down to the South, and they formed what would be the KKK, and they started Jim Crow laws. You understand that's the Southern Democrats. Okay. Anyways, you can see that with the Civil War, it started way before the actual date that you see in history books, 1861 to 1865. I would say it probably started around mid 1850s, 1854, and didn't end in probably till 18. I don't know if the Civil War has ever stopped. I don't know if it's ever ended. So the point I'm getting to is this coin that I got today is a 1868 $1 gold piece. So there's only 10,000 of these ever minted. So you got to think about how many still exist. And I was so excited to get this coin, and it's actually chop marked. I haven't looked up the chop mark yet, but it doesn't look like it's a scrape. It doesn't look like someone dug out. It looks like it was stamped. So I got to look it up a little bit more, and that's why I was excited about this coin. But we had Abraham Lincoln, who was assassinated by a radical I think John Wilkes Booth. I think he was part of the Know Nothing Party, and then you had William McKinley, who was assassinated by a socialist anarchist. And you can see a trending pattern when things get so bad, it starts to radicalize people, and then it turns to anarchy. And socialism is a way to bring about anarchy. I mean, in order to uh, redesign an economy in a country, you have to tear it apart first. So you kind of see why in my channel I talk a lot about against socialism. So everybody just stay safe, stay strong. And I think probably most of the people who watch my channel are smart and are stacking gold and silver and are studying history. So you can see this trend. And I just hope this wakes up everybody. And I don't want any radicals on their right or left or center or anywhere. It's been a bad week. When I heard about the Ukrainian refugee who was brutally murdered on the train, that got to me. And then I just started getting over that because that girl actually looked a lot like my daughter. And I had this weird feeling like I should check up on her. And then today, Charlie Kirk. And I didn't watch Charlie Kirk a whole lot. I saw some of his clips and I thought they were funny. I thought they were entertaining. Everybody, no matter what you think, no matter what kind of political say so you want to say, no matter how stupid or crazy it is, you have the right to say whatever you want. You shouldn't be shot for that. So everybody stay safe. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. I'll do a video later on this coin, but it's just a bad day. Thanks for watching, guys.